Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Aditya Thakur and in this video I want to talk about a development roadmap, and this is based off personal experience, the clients that I've worked with, the internships that I have done. I will share with you resources following which you can learn Flutter development and become a Flutter developer. So without any further delay, let's get started with this video. I started learning Flutter in 2020, and one of the things that I love about it is how easy it is to get started. You can learn Flutter over the weekend and you can start by building basic projects and master it as you go. So, talking about the basic Flutter roadmap, before we dive right into that, I want to tell you really quick what is Flutter. Now, if you're watching this video, probably you might have looked it up, but Flutter in the simplest way is a framework that lets you build applications for multiple devices. As of now, you can build for Android, iOS and web in the stable version, but if you want to build for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, you can also do that in the beta. If you'll go over the website, it is like really simple. They have all these applications listed on the homepage that are built with Flutter. There are a lot of companies using it, and it is one of the frameworks that I recommend to startup co-founders to quickly build their MVPs. And Google has its Google Pay app built in Flutter. There are other companies like Toyota which have their apps. Philips Hue app is built in Flutter, and Alibaba, BMW all have been using it. And one of the things that I want to quickly mention is Flutter is a framework. The language that we write code in is Dart. Now, Flutter is powered by Dart. It is a very powerful language. It is very simple, but yet very powerful. So, what you can do is you can quickly go over to a website called dart.dev, which is the official Dart website. And if you'll go down to docs, you'll have all the Dart documentation here, but what I want to do is go over to this language tab here and go to tour. Now this is a tour of the Dart language. It will quickly show you what Dart is and how programs are written in it. If you're coming from a programming background, like if you've worked with Java in the past or C, C++, this might be somewhat familiar to you. Like this is a basic Dart program. There are different options like comment, how to do that, the different data types, and some of the important concepts listed here. So if you're coming from a programming background, you can watch a video like 9 Dart concepts to know before you jump into Flutter by Pooja Bhaumik, and it will cover all these concepts with different examples and everything that you need to know. If you are completely unfamiliar with it, you can watch a video by Flutterly YouTube channel by Wicked, which is the best and the most complete Dart course. It is a very extensive course on a lot of Dart and Dart concepts. It covers everything about Dart, like what is Dart, type safety, null safety, and everything about Dart packages, built-in types, functions, and all that stuff. So when I first started with it, I did not do a separate course for Dart. As I was learning Flutter, there were a lot of concepts of Dart that were covered with it. And you can do that as well. Like if you don't want to explicitly learn it, you can follow along a Flutter course, and it would take up all these Dart concepts that you need to know. But you can also take up some of these concepts before you dive into Flutter, and that is totally up to you. Now, talking about Flutter, like after you get started with it, the first thing that you want to focus on is the UI. The first things that you need to know is how to lay out widgets and how you can create responsive design. Now your application is running on a new Android device which is longer and sleeker, whereas if you want to run it on a low end device, it might be somewhat small, so your app should be responsive. It should fit the different elements on the smaller screen as well. You want to create responsive designs for your web application. Like if it's running on desktop, it should cover the whole screen, whereas if it is running in a mobile view, you want to cover that as well. And one of the ways to get started with that is going over to a design website like dribbble.com and checking out like the different designs available here for mobile applications and trying to replicate that using Flutter. And it will teach you a lot of the things about how you can create responsive designs, how can you model your applications, and how you can use different widgets to their like maximum capabilities, like how can you add shadows and all that stuff to your Flutter application. And what you can also do is create clones of some of the popular applications out there. Like you can create a Netflix clone or maybe a Spotify clone and try to see how that is done using Flutter. There is a channel called Flutter Way which has like a nice clean and a lot about Flutter UIs. There are different popular tutorials that you can follow along to see how code is written to create these different designs in Flutter. After you're done with the UI, you might be able to build like static applications. It's hard coded data. But what you want to learn is how to fetch data from the internet and show it inside your mobile applications, how to work with APIs. And there is a video by me on it. There is how to work with APIs in Flutter, and it covers a lot about how you can pass this data, create models, like how can you get that JSON string and parse it into like Dart models to show it inside your Flutter applications. And you want to cover that, and you can build some basic projects like a weather app or a movies app in Flutter. And I also have covered it with example of a weather app. So you can check this tutorial out from the link in the description. After you're done with basic networking with APIs and all those projects, the next thing to take up is databases in Flutter. Now, there are a lot of database options available in Flutter. There is Firebase, Supabase, AppWrite, and AWS Amplify, and all the other local databases. So you can try them out. You can check out all these different options, try to integrate them with your Flutter application, and learn about basic root operations like create, read, update, delete. You can always build a custom backend using Node.js for your Flutter app, and build projects like To-Do app, Notes, or an inventory app. After done with databases, the next thing to take up is probably state management. It is like one of the hot topics in Flutter community. There are a lot of questions about what the best state management option is, and there is no correct answer. Like it depends on your use case. It also depends on like what you are most comfortable with, and you can try out the different options, try to see what suits your use case and what suits you as well. So there are options like Provider, Riverpod, Blog, GetX, and Mobex. And one of the major projects to do is build an e-commerce application, because that way you learn about how you can build the cart side, how you can manage state in that particular application. After you're done with state management, you can take up animations and physics, and you can try to improve on how you build UIs in Flutter. So with animation, you can make these particular user interface more fun for the user, and you can try to include these smaller animations inside your Flutter application. And this is like the end of my basic roadmap, but there are a lot of things beyond this that you can explore as a Flutter developer. So let us say like you're building an e-commerce app, you can learn about like how to integrate payment in your Flutter application. There are a lot of payment providers that you can integrate. There is also Google Pay plugin that you can use. Other than this, you can try to monetize your Flutter applications by integrating Google Ads. You can build a voice or video real-time communication app using the different SDKs and providers available out there. And you can do so much more once you start learning Flutter. So that is it. That is it for this video. It is like a simple roadmap if you want to quickly get started with Flutter. What I'll recommend is try to work on as many projects as you can. Try to think of some ideas that you want to work on and try to build them using Flutter, because on your way, like while debugging, while running into errors, while looking up answers on Stack Overflow or GitHub issues, you'll learn a lot. And once you build these projects, you can try to work as an intern at a company. You'll get to learn there as well. When I did my first internship, I only knew about like UI side of things, but I did not know about responsive design. So that is something I learned while working, because I wanted to make my UIs more responsive. So I got to learn about the different widgets and options available in Flutter that will help you to create responsive designs. So that way, as you experiment, you learn more, and that is something I recommend. So thank you so much for watching this video. If it helped you, consider subscribing the channel and giving this video a like. I make a lot of videos on Flutter and different topics, so probably it would help you. And if it does, do leave a comment, and thank you so much for watching.